I'm Bob Grace, and I know Dick Goodall from working at Dixon Valve and Coupling for the past 25 years.
I'm Jim Canalicchio. Being an accountant, probably my first interaction with Dick, I got involved with the manufacturing side.
I'm Nancy Grasmick, and I got to know Dick Goodall because he was a member of the State Board of Education.
I am Nina Burt. Dick was a character coach in our classroom for many years.
My name is Steve Croker. I met Dick when we moved in next door, but we also worked together.
My name is Ray Tarrick, and I've been in Chestertown for 31 years. Dick was one of the first people that I met over 31 years ago, and we've been friends ever since, and it's a friendship that I value very, very highly.
I'm Lou Farina, and I worked at Dixon with Dick for a long time.
There's many qualities that make Dick successful, but some of the things that I've admired is his drive to want to be better than he was the day before. Good is the enemy of great.
He was always searching for a better way to do it. Continuous improvement. He was not standing in the way of things. He was actually encouraging people to do better.
I think Dick is successful because he has a very deep love and commitment to people. But beyond that, he's a very strategic thinker. He can apply those strategic skills to almost anything he touches. He doesn't have tunnel vision. He has a humility about him that says, I have to keep learning. I really think Dick Goodall is a Renaissance man.
Always learning. He's open to new ideas. He's extremely generous. He's humble and self-effacing. And he's very positive. He works to give others a chance to learn and succeed. A lot of people I've run into over the years are threatened by other people's success. He sort of thrives on other people's success.
His willingness to quickly give credit to the people that work for him, to obviously pass the accolades on to his people. He's a team leader, he's a team builder, and that's what has made him successful in this business.
He's always thinking about the community and how our company is represented in the community, whether it's our employees coaching teams or doing character counts coaching. He's always making sure that we have a presence in the community and we're thought of in the highest regard.
He and his teammate, Bill Hollingsworth, came weekly to our classroom to teach lessons about good character. When he had traveled to Australia and he knew that he would miss the lesson, it was Mr. Goodall who had gotten up in the middle of the night in Australia to call and connect with the students. There really was no limit to what Dick would do to motivate our students to follow the principles of character counts.
To make the children in the Kent County Public School System globally competitive, a 21st century initiative.
Children would not get a quality education if we didn't have really strong principals who were leaders. He fought very hard to ensure that that was a critical piece of the budget.
Dick and a couple other folks in Kent County started Kent Forward. It's really about making sure that we've got good school systems and good jobs within the community to support growing families.
Well, I'd say first of all he's caring, but he's also behind the scenes as an anonymous donor, not a beat my breast kind of guy.
He likes to do a lot of his community work without a whole lot of fanfare. This whole evening for him is uncomfortable because he doesn't want to be recognized. It's kind of fun for us to find out some of the things that he's done in the community.
He puts his money where his mouth is, and he's a great advocate for the educational system. He has done an awful lot to make Chestertown what it is and Kent County what it is today, and continues to do that in many, many ways.
For me, like his dad before him, he's been a great mentor in terms of helping the individual to always be better, to always think beyond kind of where they are.
He is a guy that has tons and tons of drive and passion. And while a lot of people think that's terrific, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, and I say that kiddingly, but you know that the guy is always thinking of better ways to do things and new ways and new ideas, and we have fun talking about those ideas every single day.
He is a genuinely nice person in addition to all of his other assets. He's a really genuinely nice person.
I think he's a good role model for younger people in the community. I think people can not just celebrate Dick and his accomplishments, but I also think they can learn from Dick and his accomplishments. And I think he's an ideal guy to honor in this pride of the Peake celebration that you have.
My father joined the company in 1931 and worked for Dick's grandfather, father, and Dick. With over 55 years of service to the company, Dad retired, and he felt like family. Several years later, Dick calls me into his office and told me he was stepping down as president and making me the president of Dixon. So he tells me not to tell my dad. He tells my mother and father that Dixon has a new president, and my father thinks he is the new president of Dixon. So Dick jumps up and says, no, it's your son. But he insisted on telling my parents. I believe he was more excited than I was. Dad couldn't believe someone from his family was president. So Dick, I thank you for my dad and for my family for all you've done for us. Enjoy this evening, my friend. You've surely earned it. Hope to see you soon.
He and his teammate came weekly to our classroom, and Dick went through the usual greeting of,
"What can I